Hello everyone. In this video we're going to be taking a look at an article. It's from Bloomberg Quint. It was published on October 4th. It's written by Billy House. And it just goes to show how desperate the Democrats are and how stupid they are to go by polls, because the poll said that Hillary had a 94% chance of winning, more than a few of them at one point, and Trump had 6%. But they're already making plans for when they supposedly retake the House to go after Trump and Kavanaugh and all this other shit. It's hilarious because they're like counting their chickens before they hatched. All right. They're blowing their load early. This is like a premature ejaculation thing going on here. I mean, seriously. They're shooting their load before they even friggin' get their dick in the fucking snatch. And I mean, I have a feeling that the Republicans are going to hold on to the House, if not maybe gain a seat or two. And I believe that they're going to keep the Senate because with the economy going the way it is, the tax cuts, things like that, Republicans are looking better than the Democrats with their spurging out and going and catering to the far left and all of that. And that's where this is going to weigh in, because it's the idea of Hillary versus Trump. Look at all those people that voted for Trump in areas that aren't far left, were ignored by the Democrats, still are. He's going to see that type of situation. And I'm telling you, you're going to see a few upsets in the favor of the Republicans. It's just my gut. But looking at how things have been going, looking at the state of the economy, looking at the things that Trump is getting done, looking at how Democrats are the ones that are like spurging out retarded morons, you know, that look like they arrived to the Capitol in short yellow buses wearing hockey helmets. With them doing that, it's advertising to vote Republican. It really is. So I just wanted to show you, though, and I'm going to try to remember to put the link to actually both of these in the article. But New York Times does this whole big thing of how they're going to go after Kavanaugh, which they cover in this, but they also go after in the Bloomberg article. But this is like a diluted thing of how they think that they can go after a sitting Supreme Court judge with this shit. They think it's a lifetime appointment. They can't oust his ass. But they think that they can somehow. They're not going to find anything, number one, because all of the shit so far has turned out to be complete and total bullshit, and it gets more and more absurd as they get more and more desperate. So I'll leave the link to the New York Times article, excuse me, in the description. I'll try to do my damnedest to remember. But let's look at the article here from the Bloomberg Quint here. You know, Democrats plan to use the GOP's own tactics against Trump if they win the House. What's funny about this is you had the Democrats actually obstructing, because this was during the time of Benghazi and a bunch of other shady shit that was coming out from the Obama administration, like the IRS targeting conservatives, things like that. So you had the left doing everything to stop them, so that the Republicans had to find a way to still investigate, and that led to this situation here that they're going to try to use against Trump, which they're never going to retake the House. The rate things are going, even if polls say that they are. It's like the idea of the poll saying Hillary had, like I just said earlier, you know, Hillary having 94% chance of winning. So they go and they do this situation. And what's funny is Bloomberg doesn't want to bring up what they did in the Senate on the note of the Democrats getting rid of the supermajority on things like Supreme Court nominations, which is now really screwing them. So it's tit for tat. But yeah, so Billy House wrote this, and let's get into the article here. Democrats are ready to harness a powerful set of subpoena powers established by Republicans to dig into the activities of President Donald Trump, his family, and his administration if they win control of the House in November elections. Well, yeah, I love how you kind of wait till you get down to the bottom of the article and just vaguely mention Benghazi. It was things like that that led to this, because you had a cover-up on that note, and you had a cover-up on the note of the IRS being used as a weapon against conservatives. You had cover-up after cover-up after cover-up. Hillary walked away from the Secretary of State, and people forget about this, because of one of their little Obama administration's little faux pas, to put it nicely. That's why she left. The only way they could investigate was to broaden the powers available to members of the House. And I love how they're like, well, they're going to dig into the activities of the president, his family, his administration. Like, basically, they're going to throw subpoenas any which way they can and hope that one of them fucking sticks. And they're going to use this to go into the Russia bullshit. I mean, they've already got this shit planned out. They already think that they're going to take the House. They're going to use this to go after him with the subpoenas. They're going to bring forth all this bullshit to go after him, to impeach him. They're not going to find shit. They're just basically going to run on a hamster wheel and oh, excuse me. But they're going to run in a hamster wheel, almost like a cat chase, I mean, for another analogy, but like they're going to be going in that, just circles. Hey, just spinning in a circle. It's like a cat chasing its own tail. I mean, I can go on with these animal analogies. I mean, it's funny. They think they're going to actually find shit. In 2015, Republicans changed the House rules to give more committee chairmen unilateral powers to subpoena witnesses and compel document production from Democratic President Barack Obama's administration. Yes, because he was literally trying to stop them from investigating the criminality of the administration. And the Democrats were helping him in Congress. Huh. Could that be why they did it? Democrats complained at the time, but now they plan to take advantage of those changes. Yes, they complained at the time because with those changes, they couldn't cover for the Obama administration anymore. I believe Democrats have learned a valuable lesson in how powerful unilaterally issued subpoenas could be, said Representative Gary Conley of Virginia, the top Democrat on the Oversight Subcommittee on Government Operations. And I believe, having learned that lesson, we are now prepared to deploy it. What? So basically they're trying to compare the actual criminality of Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama during his administration with their perceived bullshit witch hunt that they're actually trying to find something on and haven't found jack fucking shit. And they honestly think that they're like, well, look at the lesson we learned. I mean, that reeks of the tonality of Revenge Time. Like, we're gonna show you what it's like, you fucking bitch. Yeah. Fucking infantile shit. Early moves are expected to target Trump's tax returns and family bank records. Additional witnesses in the Russia probe, the administration's hurricane response, and spending and travel practices of agency heads. Allegations in a New York Times article on Tuesday that Trump and his family committed fraud when building their business empire have further fueled Democratic demands that Trump hand over his tax returns. Like I said, they're literally going to throw subpoena after subpoena any which direction they can and hope that something fucking sticks. Because look, they're literally going hurricane response. The hurricane response? Why don't you subpoena the fucking government officials of Puerto Rico? Because they're the ones that were, like, not letting food get to the people. They were storing it in warehouses and shit. Look, profiteering and taking building supplies that were sent there to rebuild equipment and supplies for like restoring the electrical grid. They fucking pocketed it. All they did was pocket as much shit as they possibly can or could. So you're trying to blame Trump on that. You're going after the agency head's travel spend. Oh my God. You do realize, I'm sure his travel spending is way more legit. And he could just pull the Papa Bush, John Sununu throw under the bus thing if he really wanted. And you still wouldn't have shit, even if it wasn't, proper with what they were doing travel wise. I mean, you're so fucking desperate. It's not even funny. Oh, well, we heard there were rumors of fraud when he was just a private citizen, and it's out of the jurisdiction at this point. It would be out of the statute of limitations. It'd be out of that, but we're still gonna go and look into it. You people are fucking sick, twisted individuals that need to pull your heads out of your asses. Democrats would also reopen an investigation into sexual misconduct allegations against Brett Kavanaugh, even if Trump's Supreme Court nominee has been confirmed, said House Judiciary Committee Democrat Ted Lieu of California. They can't do fucking shit, but they're still going to open this up because they're looking for any way. I mean, this should show how sore of losers these fucking idiots are. It's disgusting. The United States has literally become a farce politically. We've become a fucking joke because of the Democrats and their deranged bullshit. Because they didn't win when they thought they were going to. It's like, what the fuck, you idiots? You had 8 years of Obama. You thought Hillary should be entitled to another 8. You thought you were going to have it was going to be Democrats after Democrats. You knew, you fucking politicians, with how bad you're fucking spurging. It's almost like you fucking thought the fix was in and you guys had it. Like you knew something that the American people didn't, and it didn't exactly work out for you. Huh. What do you know? We will conduct the interviews the FBI did not. The former military prosecutor wrote on Twitter. You fucking baby. Panning a supplemental background report on the allegations delivered Thursday to senators as incomplete and designed to reach a preordained result. Excuse me. He's had, 6 or 7 FBI investigations with each background check he's had? A total of them, with each one? This shit would have come out with that. Yet it's incomplete. Oh my God, you're fucking idiots. You don't let that shit out there because then you look like morons. Oh, they did 6 or 7 of them prior? Well, they would have come across that. No, wouldn't they have? And that's what common sense would lead you to, you stupid shits. If the Democrats win the House, as polls suggest, it is increasingly likely the results would be a proliferation of investigations into Trump and his administration, powered by a near-constant parade of hearing and subpoenas. Yeah, whiny little bitches who couldn't deal with the fact that they lost. It would be a dramatic turnaround for a White House that has been largely protected by congressional Republicans from intense scrutiny. What the fuck are you talking about? All the never fucking Trumpers? Only a couple people have been backing Trump. Oh my God. The powerful House Oversight Committee, under Chairman Trey Gowdy of South Carolina, a former prosecutor, didn't issue a single subpoena for the first 15 months of his tenure until doing so last month for the first time. How the fuck is that protecting Trump from intense scrutiny? And they're trying to imply that he did a subpoena towards Trump. He didn't. This is some dishonest fucking reporting. Trey Gowdy is a strong supporter of Trump, and you're trying to make it sound like he finally filed a subpoena against him. Wow. This is some funny shit. Democrats can learn from what Republicans did to the Obama administration after they retook the House in 2010 and opened up a slew of inquiries. They doubled the number of committee chairmen with unilateral subpoena power to 14 in 2015. Yeah, because you Democrat shitbags were blocking investigations into things like Benghazi. The IRS. The illegal activities of spying on Americans. Things like that. And 2 years later allowed committee staff to haul private citizens and government officials to Capitol Hill to be questioned under oath, sometimes without any lawmaker present. What the fuck are you talking about? If they're being questioned on Capitol Hill by being brought there through a subpoena issued by the House or someone in the House, there are lawmakers present. They are literally conducting the fucking interview. You stupid retarded shits. Wow. If Democrats take control of the chamber, the lawmakers who would get the chairman's gavel in committees are already charting an aggressive strategy of investigations, hearings, and subpoenas. The waste, fraud, and abuse is plain to see. Representative Elijah Cummings of Maryland, the Democrat most likely to leave the Oversight Committee, said in an interview. Really? He's cut government spending. He's cut government employment. I don't see fraud, waste, or abuse going on there when he's doing shit like that. A report by Gerald Nadler of New York, the Judiciary Committee's top Democrat, added, the silence speaks to an administration run amok and a Republican majority willing to turn a blind eye to misconduct. Run amok? Really? We now have a new agreement, wiped out NAFTA, got rid of the Bush-Clinton fucking legacy of NAFTA, a far fairer trade deal between all three nations. You have Rocket Man Kim Jong-un, fucking fat little bastard, bowing down and saying, oh, we'll dismantle our own nuclear shit. You have Europeans now paying more proportionally to their nation. I mean, they're still not towing their weight, but paying more when it comes to NATO. I can keep going naming things that he's done that you're trying to claim. You know, we've got an administration running amok and Republicans are turning a blind eye to misconduct. I can keep going and destroying your fucking fallacy there, buddy. Democrats on the Judiciary Committee, who would lead impeachment proceedings, should it come to that, have outlined an array of topics they would pursue in dozens of letters sent to the administration, resolutions of inquiry, and public reports. Basically, they've created these little lists when they're daydreaming about all the things that they would try to use to impeach Trump. And I say daydreaming because there's not a lick of fact to any of it. And it's got to come from fucking La La Land. It's got to come from the realm of dreams and fallacies. I mean, it's just it goes to show how delusional they fucking are. Among them, concerns about nepotism and conflicts of interest involving senior administration members, including Trump and his relatives, whether the Justice Department has given priority to the prosecution of immigration offenses over the other criminal cases, and examinations of the president's physical and mental fitness. Wow. They're even bringing fucking immigration. These people committed fucking crimes. They are actually getting due process. They are actually, getting what's guaranteed under the Constitution, a speedy trial. And you got a fucking problem with that, huh, Democrats? Wow. Oh, my God. Nepotism. If I ran for president, and let's say I have a sibling, if I want to run with my sibling as my vice president, that's my fucking prerogative. If I run for senator and get in, and I want to put family in positions in my office, my administration, whatever you want to call it. That's my prerogative. Don't hear you bitching about Cenk Uygur's fucking half-wit nephew and that type of nepotism. I don't hear you bitching about any other type of nepotism. Nepotism's everywhere. Don't hear you fucking bitching about it, though, unless it comes to the place of Trump. I mean, if Hillary had appointed Chelsea as in a position of the White House, which you know she probably would have, you wouldn't be bitching about that. You wouldn't be crying nepotism, because you're hypocrites. And last but not least, they had to throw in the president's physical and mental fitness. We've already been through this. All your shit's been proven shit. He's saner than the rest of you fucks. His mental faculties are far more stable. So ethics and loans. So oversight panel Democrats have their own list, starting with about 150 subpoena requests that Republicans have ignored. Because they're complete bullshit. They're so grasping at straws. You have no evidence, and you're tossing these subpoenas out looking for evidence. The whole idea of subpoenaing someone is if you got enough evidence to write a subpoena. That's what it's supposed to be like in theory. Their top concerns include the response to Hurricane Maria, which devastated Puerto Rico last year, perceived ethics violations by cabinet members, and loans made to the Trump presidential campaign. I love this. They actually have to admit perceived ethics violations. There's no actual ethics violation, but there's a perceived one. At least they have to be honest enough on that one, because they don't want that to come back and bite them in the ass. The House Financial Services Committee could be led by Maxine Waters of California if Democrats take charge. Oh, fuck me. Mad Maxine running something? That's some scary fucking shit. Waters, savaged by Trump on Twitter as an extraordinarily low IQ person, has pushed for investigations into financial ties between Trump and his family with douche bank AG and Russia, as well as tougher scrutiny of the administration's efforts to dismantle many financial regulations. What's funny here is people should be calling for an investigation into her shit, because she makes a six-figure salary a year, and it's worth millions and millions of dollars, and has done these backroom deals with a bank that her and her husband are involved with. But you don't hear that shit coming out. And she hasn't been savaged by Trump. She's been running her fucking mouth talking about people harassing people and shit like that, and spurging out and doing fucking complete moronic shit. So him pointing out, because she's doing moronic shit, that she's a low IQ individual, because you have to be a low IQ individual to do the shit that she's doing, he savaged her. Wow. That's fucking funny. Most Democrats say it is too soon to even talk about impeachment before special counsel Robert Mueller completes his Russia investigation and reports findings to Congress. But Republicans contend that Democrats want to use congressional committees as partisan weapons to harass and immobilize the Trump administration, which is exactly what they want to do. They're not the only ones saying that. Anyone right of the fucking Marxist, cultural Marxist, freaking left Democrat bullshit, they see it too. We're not fucking morons. And not all of them, you know, because they say most Democrats, but not all of them, like Mad Maxine. She's one of those ones calling for impeachment now, along with others. I believe Pocahontas, she called for it. Chuck Schumer told Mad Maxine to calm the fuck down. Who was the other one that I'm thinking of? Shit, I can't think of it. Who he is. But yeah. And they would do that. They would use everything that they could to try to stop the Trump administration until they retake office. So they would sit there and grind everything to a halt with these bullshit subpoenas because they didn't win. It's infantile, immature bullshit. It would fit with their style to want to find everything they can to bang on the president for, said Representative Michael Conway of Texas, who led the House Intelligence Committee's investigation into Russian election interference. Democrats strongly criticized that probe, which resulted in conflicting partisan findings, and have signaled that they will resurrect the inquiry. Yeah, because the Democrats were pulling shit out of their ass going, oh yeah, look, Russia, Russia, Russia. And none of it had to do with fucking Russia. So that's why I was partisan. Because the Republicans, I hate, I'm independent. I don't want people to think, oh yeah, I'm a Republican, just fluffing the other Republicans. No. The Republicans are actually being the ones, I guess you could say, that are sticking with sanity. Democrats are not. They're trying to pull this crazy shit and go Russia, 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 and hope that acting like delusional fucking idiots, people will start believing them. And because they had all this bullshit that they were going to use against the president, they're going to resurrect the inquiry so that they can use the bullshit against him. It's fucking ridiculous. An invigorated Democratic majority would operate in stark contrast to the slower pace of oversight under GOP control of the House after Trump entered the White House in 2017. Yeah, because they're going to go fucking spastic, spurg out, fucking, demented. And they're just going to start handing out subpoenas like Oprah Winfrey does with cars and then screws them on the fucking taxes. Gowdy, in issuing his first subpoena last month, targeted a Department of Homeland Security lawyer in an inquiry into alleged senior-level misconduct that the Transportation Security Administration offered a rationale for his failure to use that powerful tool until then. Failure to use that powerful tool. So he responsibly doesn't just toss subpoenas around like a Democrat would. And you're going to say it was a failure on his part not to. Are you fucking kidding me? With most government officials, subpoenas do not even have to be threatened, much less executed. Therefore, your uncooperative posture is a telling and unacceptable outlier, Gowdy wrote in a letter. Yes, you also don't need to do it, because if they get subpoenaed, they're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. If they can come in before the subpoena, it looks better for them. That's another factor to it. ICE's precedent. By contrast, when Republican Darrell Issa of California became the oversight chairman in 2011 during Obama's presidency, he signed 15 subpoenas during his first 6 months, leading the committee and his own count more than 100 subpoenas during his 4 years as chairman. And you leave the fucking shit out on why. You just, up after this right here, you just mention Benghazi. But things like Benghazi, the IRS, all those types of things, the targeting of the press, the illegal spying that they were trying to get into, yeah. That's why he signed those fucking subpoenas. So why don't you be a little bit honest here? And when Gowdy led the House hearings in 2012 attack in Benghazi, Libya, that killed 4 Americans and occurred when Hillary Clinton was Obama's Secretary of State, he issued 14 subpoenas because it was criminal as fuck. Under Trump, Republicans have largely ignored many Democrat requests for documents or witnesses. Delusional spurgings, witnesses that are all hearsay if best, if they were supposed actual witnesses, they can't recall anything except that, shit like they only had 1 beer. But they can't remember where everything happened and stuff like that. That's the typical run of a Democrat witness. At least witnesses that they're hoping that'll say shit that'll benefit them. Nadler has estimated that less than a third of their more than 100 letters to the administration regarding the president and federal agencies obtained responses. Yeah. You're inundating them with letters, spurging out, and they're treating you like the fucking children you are, because they're fucking without merit. Wow. Representative Adam Schiff of California, who would become Intelligence Chairman if Democrats take the House, has made it clear that he would revive the probe. He has called for interviews or re-interviews with 30 key witnesses, including former Trump Chief of Staff Reince Priebus, Presidential advisor Kellyanne Conway, and senior Trump advisor Stephen Miller, and to also force Donald Trump Jr. to provide more information. I would expect them to investigate every member of his family, Conway said. They'll reopen Russia. They'll create new Russia investigations. It would be pure partisan. It'd be a shit show. See, they're already, this is ridiculous. They're already counting their chickens before they're hatched. They're seeing the entrance to the Quim, and that Quim is them retaking the House, and they're premature ejaculating all over the all over the fucking legs and the belly and shit like that. Right now, they're like in the first Scary Movie when the dude comes and his gut's sucking it. Like distended in. Well, distended's out, but you know what I mean. It's like sucked in. That's how hard they're coming right now about this shit. They honestly think that they're going to retake. My gut, everything I'm seeing, they're not. Republicans are going to hold the House. They're going to hold the Senate. They're probably going to retake, they're probably going to take a couple seats in the process. Especially with how the fucking idiots have acted when it comes to, comes to the note of Democrats. They're idiots. You act like this, you're turning people off. It's just going to come back to bite you in the ass. Anyway, I've covered this well enough. I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video, when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.